if you had to ask me over the past 4 years, my favorite guest that we've ever had on, the man is an Oscar-winning legend, icon in every sense of the word, and he shows no signs of slowing down, and that's the best part about it. He's got a new movie out called The Reason, and I saw the trailer, and it's phenomenal. Please welcome back the legendary Louis Gossett Jr.
Hey.
Uh, so, Lou, tell me, I saw the trailer here, and I got to tell you, it really looks phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. It's based on some true stories, and we've heard them before. And whole hospitals are built because of stories like that. I'm not going to give you the key to the story, but Danny Thomas knew stories like that because he put a whole hospital together.
So wow! Oh, St. Jude's, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Basically the same stuff where it touches your heart when children get sick, and they take the heart, a part of your heart with them when they leave. And this is stuff, and who's in charge, who's not, and what kind of faith we have, all that kind of stuff.
Well, the movie is based on a 2012 novel by William Searles. Is that correct?
Yes, he's a good friend of mine now.
And I didn't get a chance to read the book, but one of the things when I was reading is, and this could apply to so many things, and especially right now with this COVID-19. It says, "Where is God when bad things happen?"
Well, that's a heavy question. But what it is, I think, this is only me as an elder, is eventually we get in our lives the challenge. So every Sunday we believe in church, or where we go, synagogues, where we go, and we learn it, and we carry it on like a glove, a comfortable glove or a comfortable hat for the rest of our lives. We have Thanksgiving, and we have dinners, and we pray. We do all that stuff we're supposed to do so we can feel good.
Right.
But eventually, there's got to be a moment besides Sunday where we have to put everything that we have on the line for the love of God.
Yeah.
That moment, we all have that moment, whatever it is, a near-death experience or something. Eventually, we will be tested in our life about who is really actually in charge.
Oh, yeah.
Big challenge like that right now.
Well, they say, I'm only in my 50s. I've seen a lot in this short amount of time. But I tell you, adversity, one thing I realized, it defines you, it builds character, and it all depends on how you handle it. And I think, especially now with this COVID-19, I think we've lost a lot of our faith. And I didn't, I'm a Catholic. I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, and I really applaud people for saying they we need Jesus during this COVID-19. But what happened when you were doing well and there was no COVID? Were you seeking Jesus then? That's my only little issue.
Well, the point is, as you say, the point is we need Jesus now. Jesus has always been there.
Right.
And whatever that philosophy was, has to do with a higher power of some sort, not of this planet, that we have to blindly follow. We're giving a list of things to do on a daily basis in order to keep the passage clear so we get the proper enlightening messages on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It can't be used. What does they say in Roots? Alice Haley's mother used to say, God may be there. He may not be there when you want him, but he's always there on time.
Right. Well, I like that. Yes. I remember that was yeah.
People said now's the time for Jesus. He's never gone anywhere.
Right. He's always been there. It's just you've never sought him out.
Yes, right. It's not like a watch or. Now I've always dreamt for this car, so now I got one. I need it. It's much more important than that. Now is the time for us to clear the air and communicate with that power that's been there all along.
Absolutely. And you know what, Lou, the last time you came on, we had a fantastic interview with you. All the troops were going nuts over it. But you said one thing to me, and it stuck with me. And I constantly quote you, with this whole, with the, not just the pandemic, with the social unrest and all the nonsense that's going on in this country. You said something, and it was so simplistic, but it speaks volumes. You said it's going to take mankind to save mankind. And I quote you every chance I get on that.
That's what it's going to take. That's why we're in this dilemma. We have to make the decision. There's nothing more important. Not money, no weapons, no beliefs. It's one power to put us together, like the energy we can create when we do great basketball teams, great baseball teams, great movies. But people of all kinds comes together to make this wonderful, beautiful thing where enough of us get together to save this planet and save one another. Magic takes over.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us about the reason without giving too much away. I know you play a blind pastor.
And there's a moment in there I won't tell you about that makes it worth my while. It was worth my while anyway. But
Right.
nice little simple church, and there's some people who are wonderful actors and actresses. That little boy is amazing. He took my heart. But I can't tell you too much. I think you have to go see and experience it as you see it.
Right, right. And like I said, we're going to show the trailer in a few minutes, but just from the looks of the trailer, I'm hooked. And it's so funny because sometimes you don't get a clear uh of the movie. Sometimes the trailers don't do it justice, but you can tell just from looking at this trailer that this is going to be something here.
It's just really something. It's really something. Very simple too. So
Yeah,
I like it. And those new people. It's nice to have them in my lives.
yeah. Now, Lou, let me ask you, when you're acting over 70 years, you started in the 50s, but um when somebody approaches you with a script or a movie role, is there something that you need to have in that role for you to be interested, for you to take it? Is there something that you look for?
It does not have an awful lot of money. It just has to be something significant that I can add to life for the audience and for myself. A challenge of some sort. And it's got to be something that's going to take me, the energy that's inside of me, into that product, and make a difference as the audience watches it. I make the difference in doing it, and make a difference in people watching it as they see it done, and make a difference in the audience that watches it itself, so that they want to see more.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Like I said, the last time we had you on, you were, and I got a chance to see it right after we spoke to you, The Cube, and what a phenomenal movie that was.
Yeah, then of course there's the Watchmen. So I'm very lucky at this age to have significant stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing your thing for so long, but the one thing I found interesting, I mean, it's easy to say now as a fan when you look back at your career, like, I don't know if I told you this, but my first exposure to you was on an episode of The Partridge Family where you played with one of the Simon brothers with Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, my good buddy, we're all shooting in the same place. It's called the Burn, the hottest place in California in July and August.
But you didn't set out to be an actor. You wanted to be like a doctor or an athlete. Acting wasn't on your radar, right?
Yeah, I wanted to be a doctor. Everybody in my family was dying and leaving me. So I wanted to be a doctor to make sure that my friends that are close to me did not die. So I started in pre-med, and I was chosen I wanted to be a brain surgeon. So here we are in Bellevue, and medicine, the brain surgery, 101. They wanted me to do something on the cat's brain. The cat's dead, right? This nerve in the cat's leg went. Send me right to the Catskills. Give me that basketball.
Yeah,
it scared me to death.
yeah. Now the reason for those of you just joining us who are not watching us live on the stream, we're joined now by Oscar-winning actor Louis Gossett Jr. He's got a new movie coming out on December 15th. It's going to be available on DVD, pay-per-view, and video on demand December 15th. So, if you have a family member or somebody in your head, that'd be the best Christmas gift to give them a movie by Louis Gossett Jr. Because if he puts his name on it, it's got to be a great movie, and that's basically where we're at. But let's take a look at the trailer while we got a few minutes. This is The Reason with Louis Gossett Jr. and Tatiana Ali, who you may remember from the TV series The Fresh Prince. Let's take a look. Is it working? No, it's not working. Okay, let's see.
How you like it so far?
Oh, it's the oh, you got me on there. Why isn't this not working? Oh yeah, I get it.
I'm so glad that other people on the planet like me.
I don't know. It's not working. Damn it. I don't know. I'm sorry, Lou.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. It should. Usually I have no problem with showing the trailer, but the trailer it's about a small town and you play a blind pastor, and strange things start to happen. And
Lightning takes the cross off the front lawn and breaks it.
oh wow,
Yeah, and then all of a sudden this magic man comes and fixes it.
there's a mysterious stranger shows up, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Who did that? And the argument is, who did it? Some guy who knows how to build, or was it really God? What happened?
okay.
Companion story is this little boy who's the nicest kid on the block, and he's loved and he loves. He has a wonderful time, and I can't go any further than that.
No, right, right. No, no, I understand. You don't want to give too much away, but now where was this shot?
In Savannah, Georgia. No, not Savannah, Georgia. Where's the Masters now? In Georgia. What's the name of the town where the golf Masters is done?
Oh, wow, you got me on that. Is it? It's not. I'm trying to think. Georgia. Is it the Marietta?
No, it's the Masters. All in the world come to play.
Yeah, I'm not a golfer.
Me neither. Anyway, it's in Georgia. Beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
So I was there for a while and it got a little heavy because the food was so good.
Oh my God, that's okay.
So
Now, did you see? Was this done pre-COVID or this was done during the pandemic?
Pre-COVID. Pre-COVID.
Okay, yeah, and then in the Cuban as well, right? We're done before the.
It was done in Canada, in a place where pure maple syrup comes in. There's trees. There's nothing like tasting that syrup straight from the tree.
I never tried that. I was dying. You talking about Canada or Vermont?
It's Canada. It makes your voice deeper. I tell you that.
The what was I going to say? I mean, during this, have you worked during the pandemic at all, or?
Yes, I did. I just finished a movie called 3 Months.
3 months, okay.
You have to go through an awful lot of stuff on a daily basis. For every
Yeah.
you have to get your checkups as you work. Everybody else has got masks on, but you know.
Right. I give you a lot of credit for going on the set like that, because it's got to be dangerous, right?
Up to then, I wasn't coming out of the house because I was also going through a checkup, and I canceled the checkup to do the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
we just had a fan write in. Augusta is where they do the golf.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Augusta, Georgia. That's where the Masters is. That's where
once I heard the name, I knew, but
that's where we did the sermon.
now you grew up in New York, right? Coney Island?
Coney Island, where you get a tongue transplant and a passport to get out of.
Yeah. I love that thing. That's great. But I wanted to ask you about you said something the last time we spoke to you about. I mentioned what are you most proud of, and you mentioned two things. One of them wasn't a surprise, but the other one was that you said obviously Fiddler and Roots was one of your favorite roles, and Enemy Mine.
Yes, Enemy Mine.
I was just curious as to why you chose that one.
Because he goes through an awful lot of stuff from scratch. I had to create it from scratch. And I learned it from a ballet, a yoga, and an athlete. I had to get my body in a certain place where I could play somebody from another planet. I had to reinvent from top to bottom, inside out, a character with a philosophy that fits the script. And
oh wow! So it was sort of a challenge to you then, right?
I love the challenges. I love the stretches.
Was that your most challenging role that you've ever played, or?
Yes, it was.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? For those for those of you who want to know, we're speaking with Louis Gossett Jr. He's got a new movie coming out December 15th, starring himself and Tatiana Ali from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's a fantastic movie. I wish the trailer would play, but I don't know why. But I will definitely post it on our page, and I recommend everybody check it out. Now, one of the beauties of being a fan of yours for a long time, I mean, you show no signs of slowing down, and I can't. I don't know where you're getting your energy from. I might have to borrow some from you.
Well, we go to the same bank every day. We communicate, like I said at the beginning of the program. There's an energy source that's unlimited. What you have to do is jump on a train.
Yeah, absolutely.
The love train, you know what they say in the movies.
Oh.
People are running down.
Yeah.
Train.
Hey, Lou, has there ever been a role that you wanted and didn't get, or is there something that you feel that you haven't done yet that you'd like to do?
No, I don't know about my doing it, but I'd like to see. I'd like to see the true story of Cleopatra. Some of the stories that have been waiting in Africa for us to tell. Um, it's exciting because it's education for our children to see once and for all how much of a contribution they've made to this planet up until now, and maybe we can encourage them to do more, so that kids could know that everybody had something to do with the success of mankind. Whether I'm in it or not, I'd be fortunate. I want to play the elder in the next Black Panther. The young man, he passed away. Somebody else is going to play that, but I wouldn't mind being the guy that whispers in his ear, the old man.
Right, right.
So,
Oh, Chadwick Boseman. What a shame that what a talented.
yeah, great talent. I worked with another great talent on Watchmen, Yaya.
Oh,
Yaya,
okay. Yeah, yes, yes.
we've got another good one.
You
And
know,
I'm excited to see those young men do that. Very exciting.
absolutely. The oh man, I lost my train of thought here for a minute. But the superhero movies have seemed to be the thing of the new thing now, the fad. But I could see you do one of them. But what you mentioned about Cleopatra is, and there's a lot of information coming out that she wasn't really Egyptian, and I think that's
Well, yeah, there's some stuff that we need to know about it. She was only a teenager. She was only a teenager, but she did get the interest of Mark Antonio and Julius Caesar. I'll tell you that.
right, right, right,
If I could today, would be somebody like who we put in the Cleopatra area.
right, right. Yeah, you hear so much stuff about the Egyptian, but you never hear about Cleopatra. You always hear about the other figures back then. But I think that would be interesting to do something like that.
Well, they're doing Cleopatra again, but she's that girl that's going to play Cleopatra did not look like, neither did Elizabeth Taylor look like Cleopatra. I want the true story to come out.
Right, right. Oh boy.
Cleopatra's in my life that come and pass me by. Hello, Luke.
We actually met many years ago at a convention, and you and your son were there, and you couldn't be nicer. Actually, you were sitting next to Pam Greer,
Oh,
and
right there.
yeah, I got to speak to both of you, and that
Was
so
that
many.
anything?
Oh yeah, I bought a picture. I made my contribution.
There you go.
But you know what? You know what's different about you, Lou, is that yes, all the celebrities are there to make money, but they're not money driven. They just love to. You're one of the people that just loves to talk to your fans. You know what I'm saying?
I love what they feel, what they'd like to see, and what kind of experience that I help them have.
What is the one thing that fascinates you about the fans that, besides the common questions that you got to ask about some of your more, famous movies? What's the one thing that amazes you that they tell you?
I think that the most popular one, two of them. Most popular one is Enemy Mine and Iron Eagle 1, 2, 3, and 4. They
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, so Iron Eagle was a big thing for me, and you know what? It was a great movie, but it turned into like one of these movies that had a cult following. It just
Oh yeah, people grew up on it.
yeah. What do you think the allure was for that movie?
I don't know because it was done in Israel.
Right.
We're allowed to go to the secret places in Israel where the Israel Air Force is. It was a great opportunity for Israel to show how powerful their Air Force is, because it was the only one of the few countries in the world that has a MiG and an F-16 in their arsenal. So we could go and they could do some pretty exciting air battles because it was all in the same Air Force. Plus, the thing that's not on the screen, how many friends I made from that country.
Right.
And they're lifetime friends. And because if they're close to life, when they make friends for life.
Right.
Like,
Now, did you actually go up in a plane, or was this all simulated?
oh, no, I went up in a plane once, and I wouldn't allow it to do it again. Everybody went through the macho time, and I was told, they whispered in, don't need any breakfast. So I didn't eat any breakfast, and they took me up, and I went down, and I got rid of my dinner.
Oh my God.
I
You
kept
know,
cooks.
did you say that the character of Chappie Sinclair was named after an actual person?
Yes, Chappie James, one of the black pilots in World War II. Chappie James.
That would have been a nice role for you to do.
Yeah.
Chappie James. But yeah, because I remember when you spoke to General Martinez a couple months ago. You had told him that, and he actually, um, when General Martinez's father retired, he actually was at his ceremony, and
at the Chapter James ceremony.
yeah, yeah. So that's amazing. So I guess if anybody has a question they want to ask real quick, because this man, his time is precious, and I know when we get him, I don't want to abuse the privilege, because it's an honor just to be speaking to an Academy Award winner and a legend, and somebody who's done so much, and not just in the field of acting. And one of the things that I really admire about you is the Eracism Foundation.
Yeah, that's the way I was raised. I was raised as post-depression children. We had nothing to be superior about. We needed one another to live. And if my parents didn't get home in time, I had choice of going around the world. I could smell my way around the world.
Mm. When I told one of my friends is he's a very big football coach at one of the major colleges, and I was talking to him today, and I told him I was going to have you on as a guest, and he referred to the scene in Officer and a Gentleman where Richard Gere goes, "I have nowhere to go,"
Right.
and because of that scene,
Mhm.
that's how a lot of the college recruiters went after their players,
Right.
because they felt that if they felt that they had nowhere to go, they would be hungrier.
That's right. That's right. You get it all the way down to one ultimate choice. That's what you say about life and about women, about jobs. One ultimate choice.
Absolutely.
Put it all in that one ultimate choice. And if that doesn't work, then you put it on another ultimate choice.
Absolutely. Now, Lou, when somebody goes to the movies, like say if somebody, and not just the reason or anything that you've done, the Cuban and maybe an older film, when a fan of yours, a fan of movies, or a moviegoer goes and watches one of your movies, what is the one thing that you hope that they take away from watching one of your movies?
Some kind of lesson, some kind of lesson. Hope to get the message of the movie. And it's a positive one. Hopefully.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know what, Lou, I want to thank you so much. The Reason is going to be out on December 15th with on PureFlix Entertainment, who actually is a friend of mine, David A.R. White, is a good guy. We talked to him last month. I had fun speaking to him. It's going to be out December 15th on DVD, pay-per-view, video on demand, and every other platform. It stars Louis Gossett Jr. and Tatiana Ali from The Fresh Prince. Please go out and support this. And Lou, I just want you to know the door is always open. Um, Before you run out the door real quick, could you do me a favor?
What?
The intern from the last time we had you on, he kind of deleted some of the files from the from. Could you do another liner for us?
From what movie?
No, no, no. A line like a station ID.
Okay, sure. Come on.
Yeah, you're just going to introduce yourself
Mhm.
and say you're listening to Animal House Radio.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Hi, this is Louis Gossett Jr., and you're listening to Animal House Radio. Keep watching.
Thank you so much, Lou. God bless.
Welcome.
Keep going, and I got to tell you, you're an inspiration to so many. And good luck with the movie. And like I said, if you ever need us, maybe, like I said, maybe towards the holidays we could do something for the troops.
You got it, man. I'm going to talk to them because they protect us.
Thank you so much, Louis Gossett Jr. Stay safe.
I will. You too, brother. Bye bye.
Bye.